On this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly, internet safety, boys tennis, and the spring musical. All this and more coming up next. Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. I'm your host, Ansley Carlson. With the rise in internet crime becoming more prevalent, Abdul and Chris look into ways to keep yourself safe on the internet.
The internet is a great place for teenagers and people around the world, but there's also danger, and teens may not know that.
What teenagers have to understand is what they do now in their social networks can affect them for the rest of their lives.
I think it's very important for students to understand that a lot of stuff that goes out there gets sent, in the black market, where their name, information, anything they put out there can be used against them. We have to change our password every so many months. I think it's very important to practice that, where you don't use simple passwords.
When using the internet, it's important to stay safe. And to remain safe, you must stay away from future danger.
Well, the thing to stay away from is believing that when you're in your gaming system or your social network, that everyone you're talking to is okay. What I tell kids is that if you can't verify their first name, their last name, where they go to school, their telephone number, and their address, everyone else online is a liar. If somebody takes you off your network to private chat, they have bad intentions for you. That's how kids are becoming victims.
Staying safe on the internet is important for everyone, even those in the Naperville area.
I've arrested over 500 predators in the last 22 years. I've been doing internet crime, and they're all in and around Naperville. So when you think that it's not going to happen to you and it doesn't happen where you're at, you're wrong.
Be sure to check out Detective Wistocki's website at BeSureConsulting.com. And for Wildcat Weekly, along with Chris Begeiski, I'm Abdul Jira.
The boys' varsity baseball team is looking forward to a fun and successful season. Hank slides his way into the story.
The varsity baseball team has started off their year strong with an undefeated record. So far, the season has been unlike any other for a multitude of reasons.
So far, it's been one of the most unique seasons we've ever experienced here. It's mid-April and there's snow on the ground and ice, and it's been difficult actually to get any consistency going. The guys been working hard, been doing everything they need to do.
While fighting through the extreme conditions, the team has had to focus and reflect on the goals that they are aspiring towards.
The guys seem to get along great. They pull for each other. They know what's at stake. They know they have an opportunity to have a lot of success as far as wins and losses go.
There are multiple factors that come into play when a team finds success. The boys think a few stand out.
If I was to think of a word to describe this team, it would be consistent, because we come out here, we give it our all each and every day. We're just trying to find a way to get it done.
I feel like we're really experienced, and I'd also have to say we're really prepared, because even on tough days, we've always been able to go practice, do our thing.
Their next home game is Monday, the 23rd at 4:30 p.m. Bring a jacket and come out to support. For Wildcat Weekly, I'm Hank Pelter.
The boys' tennis season is underway. Riziki serves up the story.
Even though some matches have been canceled due to poor weather conditions, the boys' tennis team is off to a strong start.
We're 1-1, but the 1-1 was a 3-4 match against Naperville Central, and Naperville Central won the state of Illinois.
Compared to last year, we're doing a lot better. This year, I think, since there's a lot of seniors, the team is a lot more decent.
With an almost balanced group of grade levels, the team is working hard to build camaraderie.
There's a lot of freshmen on the team, so we've been trying to incorporate them, but it's been going pretty decent. We try to do things where we have after practice hangouts, and those go pretty decent always,
It's really nice. It's a fun group. Really like rap music. We listen to not explicit rap music, but rap music on the bus.
With the season underway, the boys have some pretty big future wins on their minds.
We would love to win conference. Worst case scenario, second in conference, and beat out Naperville North. Qualify as many as we can for the state tournament, and do the best we can do there.
Make sure to support your fellow Wildcats at their next home match on April 24th at 4:30 p.m. against Naperville North. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Riziki Covington.
There's a lot that goes into making a musical. Ashley and Maddie go behind the scenes to see what it takes to create the costumes.
When people first think of the musical, oftentimes they think of the music and characters, but not many think about how much goes into the costumes. Every character will have at least one costume, but in Nequa's production of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, the characters will have more.
I would say probably there's about, it's a cast of 80 in total with little kids, and each person probably has 2 to 4 different costumes.
While all the costumes in the play are important, some get more attention than others.
We will be making one Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, and we will be renting another.
Costumes are not only important to the audience, but to the cast as well.
Costumes are my personal favorite part, just because it really helps us take on that character full-heartedly. We're no longer just wearing the clothes like a Nequa shirt that we wore to gym that day. Like we are becoming those characters, and we feel really into it when we get those costumes on.
If you want to see the finished costumes, be sure to check out Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat on April 26th, 27th, and 28th at 7 p.m. in the main campus auditorium.
To purchase tickets, visit nvhstheater.com. And for Wildcat Weekly, along with
Maddie Shealy,
I'm Ashley Perino. The girls' varsity soccer season has started. Cam juggles into the story.
The girls' varsity soccer team has had a great start to the season, with great fundamental soccer and teamwork.
I think it's going really well. The first 2 games we were definitely easing into the season, but we've definitely come back and improved a lot since we started.
You know, I think we're progressing very nicely through the season. Our non-conference schedule is the toughest one around, and our 3 losses this year are against 3 teams that are undefeated, top 2 teams in Illinois and the number 2 team in Missouri. And I think we've been playing good soccer overall.
Really well. We've been working really well as a team and focusing on giving our best every day at practice. So far we've won our past 4 games, I believe, so can only go up from here.
With all this hard work, we were left wondering, what are they aiming towards, and what keeps them fired up?
We have the Naperville Invite that starts this week, which is a huge measuring stick. Top teams in the state. There's 24 teams in it, and it's by far the best tournament. So we'll see how we do in that tournament.
I think a big goal for us is definitely conference. That's a big thing that we won last year, and then obviously getting farther in the playoffs that we did in the previous year.
If you want to see the team in action, then head down to the soccer field on the 24th, where they'll be going up against Naperville North. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Cameron Evans.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. Have a great weekend, Wildcats.
A knackered Converse, a tracky bottom tucked in socks, but all of that point is not